Hello everyone, and today we are going to learn some shortcuts which will be a very efficient while you are using the HTML. So, what benefits you are going to get from using a shortcut? So, you can write the codes in a very short span of time and a very easy and in a very convenient way. Then you can impress anyone by applying these techniques, whether you are giving an interview or whether you are like having your mock programming session where the other developers you are explaining the codes, writing the codes, working together. So this is going to be very beneficial for you. So without wasting the time, let's quickly move to the agenda. So let me like I have just created a folder. So let's open it into a visual code editor. So I will be using a terminal here to open. So just using a shortcut so that it can directly open the folder in a visual code. All right. And the very first thing that we are going, but before that, I think let me also explain you that what is going to be a agenda. So I'm just planning to like create a template similar to this, where we will be like having a logo. Then there will be a navbar section which will include a home, about, and the contact. Then about a section which will include a table as well, images. Then there is a contacts us section. So we are going to like create file structures very similar to this. So let's quickly open the live server and check that everything is working fine. So as you can see that I have created I've just opened the live server, okay, and let me see that if we are getting the all right, yeah. So our live server is now connected. Now we can like start coding. So the very first thing is that HTML colon 5 and tab. When you press this, then you will get a basic structure of the HTML, where the opening tag of the HTML will be there, which will also the what languages we are using, the doc type, then there will be a head, a body, and everything will be included by this shortcut, simple shortcut. Then, as I've explained, that we are creating a template that is very similar to this. So you can see that we have a different section here. Okay, a nav section, then about a section, and the contacts us section. So first aim will be like creating these sections individually. Okay, so I'm just taking the header section here, and inside the header section, if you do that is the container. So what basically this shortcut is going to do is it will create a div element with a class name as a container. So when I will press the tab, you will see that there is a div element with a class name as a container. So so once I have created this, okay, then let's create another section, that is the about us section. Okay, so to create that section, we will use a shortcut, that is the section, and the whatever the class name you want to have, we can create that. We can just want to name my about section as class name as the about us, and when you press section dot about us and tab, you will have the section, that is the section class about us. A new section is created. So we have also a one another section. Okay, we can simply just copy this entire section without wasting the time. Okay, control plus D, and here we can rename this as a contacts also section, right? Now you see that we have all our sections here is all right, and so let's create the this one. So when you will write h1 and the parenthesis, so if you want to like uh, the whatever the text, so I'm just using that is the coding fast. So this will be our text, and if you press tab, you will get a h1 tag here. So I'm also just like I forget. Okay, we can also create a class here as well. Uh, so we will name as the logo. Okay, so that looks great. Now after that we have to design our nav element. Okay, so for that I will be like using the shortcuts again. That nav. Okay, then this inside our nav there is a list element that is the home, about, and so I will be using a unordered list here. Then after the unordered list there is a list element. There is a three list element that is the home, about, and the contacts. So li. So the number of list you want to create, just put the numbers here and just press the tab. So you can see that very just using the shortcuts I have just created a very well structured and a number of lines of code within just using a just single shortcuts, right? So we can also like include the attributes in the anchor tag as well. Okay, so I'm just also using the anchor tag shortcuts here, so we can create basically. Yeah, now we can create the home. We can name this as home, rename it home. Then we have about. Then we have again we have a contact, right? So basically this nav element has been created. Okay, so after that we have this about us sections. Okay, so let's quickly come to the about us section. The header section has been completed as per the structure of the template. So let's move to the section about us. So again here I will be like using a dot container which will create another div element with the this. So inside that we have a headline, right? So we can use h1 and again the my course data, right? And press the tab. So we have a heading that will say that this is my course data. All right. Next, you can see that we have a table. So for that, we will again use a shortcut that will be a table. Okay. Then we have a table head, table head, heading, and there's three table heading. Then we have a table row, and we have a table data, and you can see that there are three columns over here, that is course, proficiency, availability. So for that I will be using asterisk into three, that is the, so how many numbers you are putting, that number of columns would be generated from this. Okay, so just when you press tab, you see you can create a table that will be having a table head, the tr tag, and table data. So I can again like use the course, then proficiency, and then availability as well. All right. So this was a table head. Then, but again, we have a table body. So I will use table body, and then we can use tr, then td, and then the how many numbers you want actually. So for that, we can have three, all right, and this will generate another. Okay. Now once you have created, okay, you can see that we have one, two, three, four rows here. Okay, so we will copy the structure here that we have generated using the shortcuts, and simply we are going to control plus V. So this will be for the second line. Then we have third and fourth as well. So let's third and fourth, and this looks great. And let's simply edit the text as well. Okay, so we have Java. Then the second one also we are having the Java. We are having sorry, we have PHP. Then we have Kotlin. Then we have Ruby. All right. So we can come to the editing part later on. Simply just let's create another section. First, the structure, that is, I will again use the dot container tab, and this will create another div element, and inside the div element we have a form section that will say, so I will be using form. Then we have this input as a text, so we will give input, and then we can use text. Okay, then we have another input um, as email. So, and lastly we have a input as a text area. Or simply we can have a text area as a here, and then finally we have a button. Okay, so we can simply say a button, and the button type would be a submit. Okay, so when you press this, we will get a structure of our form. Just press the tab, and you see we have created the structure of our form in a very short span of time. So let's quickly edit this. Okay, this look great, right? So we got another. So let's delete the next part here. So you can see that we just using the shortcuts. I have created all the this structure very well. Let's see the output how it looks, and we can again, yeah. So we have so all these structures matching our template. Like we have a logo, we have a nav bar, and then we have a headline about section that will say the my course data, the course proficiency available. Okay, and in our template we can see that there is also a one paragraph as well. Okay, after the about the section. Okay, so let's create that as well. I guess video would be a very longer if I go in detailing each and everything for the times constraint. So I'm just showing you the output, and I have also created the style.css file for this. So after that, when you run this in the live server, you could see that our site looks very similar to the template. Okay, maybe some few things has to be detailed, but we have learned actually to use the shortcuts and create our HTML page and the websites. Okay, so it's a very necessary skills as a developer, and we should try to implement while we are coding. Okay, and that's all. Happy coding. See you again. Yeah. Bye.